Car tester Tanju Genç says the first Ford Mustang hit US streets in 1964 and went on to become an icon. Now, half a century later, German customers can finally order one directly from Ford, not just through importers. Tanju is sure his colleagues are jealous that he's getting to test this special car. Listen to that sound, he says. He thinks it's wonderful, and so does Andre. And he's not just horsing around. Andre takes advantage of the opportunity to put the Mustang with its 5-litre V8 engine through its paces. He laments that American cars generally aren't so good on curves. But Andre says the Mustang rounds this one without a problem. The car's built for sporty driving on curves and on straightaways. The rocker switches in the center console allow you to adjust the steering as well as the responsiveness of the engine. The Mustang lets drivers choose between a sporty ride or a more comfortable one. While he knows that Tanju must be chomping at the bit to get his pony car back, Andre still wants to hold on to the reins a while longer. And the Mustang is certainly priced right. At just 40,000 euros in Germany, it's the only car with a V8 engine to be had for that amount. And that price includes almost everything: the leather steering wheel, climate control, and the sync-to-voice-activated infotainment system. So there are few optional extras available. In contrast, at 299 grams per kilometre, the car produces a lot of CO2 emissions. Meanwhile, Tanju is reading the Mustang GT press kit, and he's impressed. With its 5 litres of cubic capacity, the V8 engine generates a whopping 530 Newton-meters of torque, sending the car to a top speed of 250 kilometres an hour. It must be fun to drive. Andre, who is driving it, says that at engine speeds of up to 3,000 RPMs, the Mustang cruises along. But exceed 3,000 RPMs... and it's like you're riding a horse on steroids, racing through the prairie with 417 other wild horses urging you on. Andrew says the Mustang's transmission is also something else. Gear shift travel is nice and short, but also pretty notchy. You really have to put some muscle into switching gears. He says that in any other car, that'd be a big minus, but here it's fitting, as it makes you feel that the Mustang's a car for really tough men and women. The Mustang's design has changed greatly over the years, but now Ford has gone back to the roots. Andrew says the first Mustang had an iconic design. In recent years, Ford has revived it to great success. It's immediately recognizable even to kids. He thinks Ford has done such a good job with the new model that it merits a closer look. The Mustang was named after the P-51 Mustang fighter plane. Still, it was the galloping wild horse that became the American sports car's emblem. Although originally conceived as a woman's car, the Mustang has developed into a model that fascinates men and women alike. This fastback coupe in particular really turns heads. Inside, apart from the occasional bit of leather, the trim is made of plastic rather than aluminium. Buyers who want real leather Recaro bucket seats will need to shell out €1,800 more. Hit the start button and the powerful V8 springs to life.
Mist.
Andre almost forgot his bags. He says GT stands for Gran Turismo, a car suitable for long trips. And in spite of its fastback shape, the Mustang can hold lots of cargo.
Geht ja so einiges rein.
So, what's his overall impression of the car?
Ja gut, also für Vernunftmenschen ist
He says with its V8 engine, the Mustang isn't a car for sensible drivers. This test car guzzled 16 litres of fuel per 100 kilometres. No wonder with such a huge engine. But you get that great sound, the fun and joie de vivre that the Mustang gives you, all for a super basement price. It's madness. He can't imagine anyone not having fun in this car, except when you need to fill up the tank. Which reminds him.
Apropos Tankstelle.
Being the nice guy he is, Andre brings the Mustang back to Tangier without disrupting his beauty sleep. Maybe now's the time to mention that the Mustang is also available with a 4-cylinder EcoBoost engine, which reduces fuel consumption to 8 litres per 100 kilometres.
Oh, da ist ja endlich.
Now that the Mustang's back, Tangier is thrilled that he can finally start his test drive. He's ready to roll, but unfortunately, the gas tank's empty. Introducing BMW's 6th generation 7 Series. It's due to hit showroom floors this autumn. In this vehicle class, evolution rather than revolution is the name of the game. That said, there are some obvious innovations in the design. Any new model inevitably boasts a few technical novelties. In this case, they include laser and LED lighting and aerodynamic air intakes. Production has also been revamped in recent years. Lightweight engineering and design is ubiquitous in the car industry, not least because it helps reduce carbon emissions. But it comes in various shapes and sizes, varying from one car maker to another. High tensile steel, aluminium and plastic parts have become fairly standard, but BMW is going one step further with its new 7 Series. Thanks to new methods, carbon fibre body parts can now be manufactured for large-scale production. Not just the visible parts are made of costly carbon fibre, as with the i8. This time, it also features in the chassis, even though it's out of sight. Harald Kruger from BMW explains that over €500 million was invested in these new technologies over the last 3 years. The plant in Dingolfing has been refining manufacturing, and its competence in making superior series makes it an ideal place to produce the 7 Series. The lightweight construction isn't just environmentally friendly, it also enhances the driving experience. There's less centrifugal force around bends, which, combined with intelligent construction, makes the new 7 Series almost as agile as the 3 Series, but a lot more luxurious. The interior also features innovative technology. It's super user-friendly. Maximising comfort in the back seat is a built-in tablet holder. Hit a button and you can remove it and take it with you. When you slot it back in, it's automatically secured. This allows you to control all the main driving functions as well as the in-car entertainment system. The seats in the back can, of course, be adjusted. As Klaus Fröhlich explains, further highlights include semi-autonomous driving technology for speeds of up to 210 km per hour, remote-controlled parking, a world first, and efficient dynamics. Fuel consumption for the plug-in hybrid BMW 740e is rated at 2.1 litres per 100 kilometres, with CO2 emissions of 49 grams per kilometre. As with its predecessor, the new 7 Series comes with a choice of 2 wheelbases. It's also available with all-wheel drive. The 3-litre diesel version of the new Beamer will set you back €82,000. The 750 Li starts at €113,000 in Germany. The frills cost extra, needless to say. From the GLK, the GLC is born. Mercedes introduces the second generation of its mid-range SUV, which is based on the C-Class platform. The new version is by far more spacious than its predecessor and has a smoother, less angular exterior. For now, there are 2 diesel engines and 1 gasoline-powered engine to choose from, but a hybrid version has been announced. Following on from the Koleos, Renault makes a return to the SUV market with the new Kadjar. It shares a platform with the Nissan Qashqai, but even on close inspection, you won't find many similarities aside from the technology. Initially, there's a 96 kilowatt gasoline-powered engine and 2 diesel engines available. In Germany, the Kadjar starts at €20,000. SEAT has given the Ibiza a major facelift. The main upgrades include new engines, different customization options and extra safety features, including a fatigue warning, multi-collision brakes and a brand new connectivity and infotainment system. The chassis has also been redesigned for extra comfort. Our car tester explains how the 3-cylinder engine makes the SEAT Ibiza extra sporty and more efficient. As they say, all good things come in threes. The new gasoline engine has 1 litre displacement and is available in various power outputs. The model we're testing is the 6-speed manual Eco TSI Turbo, but it's also available in a 7-speed direct shift version. The 3 cooling circuits cut emissions significantly during the warm-up phase, with a consumption of 4.3 litres of fuel per 100 kilometres. The top speed is nearly 200 kilometres per hour. Reinhold finds the 3-cylinder engine a little rough on startup, but it becomes more sporty and efficient once it gets going. He finds the new Ibiza much more comfortable. He's also very impressed with the connectivity options and how quick and easy it is to connect a smartphone to the car. Smartphones and infotainment systems can be connected via USB. The Mirror Link feature transfers your smartphone's interface to the touchscreen and also displays the functions of Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. The car also has a new gesture recognition feature, which was exclusively developed in partnership with Samsung. Using simple finger movements, you can make calls from your smartphone and access various other functions, as well as information about the car and fuel consumption of your recent drives. The new Ibiza still has the same soft, dynamic exterior design, but the headlights now have LED daytime running lights. And although the shape is unchanged, you can now choose from various colour packs which add colourful accents to the radiator grille, mirrors and wheel rims. This is the red version, but this add-on also comes in bronze, purple, grey, black and white, and will set you back around €800. The coloured wheel rims make up the bulk of the cost, but they really make a difference. Our car tester says the LED headlights make the Ibiza's front resemble that of the larger SEAT Leon. But otherwise, it's only really the interior which has been revamped with a new dashboard, new seats and connectivity features. The Ibiza's interior upgrade also includes a new display unit and the steering wheel from Big Brother Leon. You can also use a colour pack to brighten up the interior. With its new technology, colour options and internet features, SEAT has made the Ibiza a favourite, especially with young buyers. The 1955 Suzu Light, the first car Suzuki ever made. The company had started in 1909 as a loom manufacturer. By 1936, Suzuki moved from shuttling warp and wool to shuttling people, at first on motorized bicycles and nearly 20 years later with Japan's own version of the people's car. Another 20 years later, Suzuki first ventured into the German car market. Car tester Sascha Knapp explains that Suzuki debuted on the German market in 1980 with its LJ80. Today it may seem a bit rustic and tight. He describes the transmission as more adventurous than convenient, but that's all changed now. When Suzuki rolled off its first off-roader in 1970, the brand was only known in Germany as a motorcycle. That swiftly changed with the development of the top-selling LJ model line. Whoa, here comes the LJ, the crazy, reasonable, fun, economical and cutest car in the world. The LJ is the cross-country vehicle for city driving and the city car for cross-country driving. Originally developed for military use, the LJ hits Germany's roads as an all-wheel drive, multi-purpose car at a sensationally low price. Jörg Machalitzky explains that Suzuki entered the German market with a little all-terrain vehicle, the LJ80. Its 12,500 Deutschmark list price made all-wheel drive affordable for everyone. Soon after came the first mini-cars, the Alto and the Swift. Now there's a broad range of mini-cars, compacts and all-wheel drive vehicles. The Alto was small but still spacious. In 1981, with a 3-cylinder engine and some unexpected extras, it started carving out a comfortable market niche. Buyers of Suzuki's 2-seat micro-convertible Cappuccinos had to act fast. Only 120 were offered on the German market starting in 1994. Back in Japan, the ultralight mini roadsters had already been a favourite with young and dynamic fun seekers for 3 years. Suzuki also proved a trendsetter for microvans, launching their worldwide automotive exports in 1960 with the Carry. Its 1.86-metre inside height, enough for a tall man to stand straight, made it a hit with handymen and tradespeople of all kinds. Jörg says when people think of Suzuki, all-wheel drive has a prominent place. So they intend to keep producing vehicles of this kind. For example, the IM4 concept car Suzuki's just premiered at the Geneva Motor Show. It'll be appearing on the German market in the foreseeable future. It's another subcompact sporting all-wheel drive. There's also the new Vitara with intelligent all-wheel drive. There's a type suitable for every driving situation, and Suzuki intends to continue their development. Sascha Knapp points out that the Vitara has little in common with the LJ80, but that can be a good thing. It's more spacious, the transmission is a dream, and the workmanship is far better and up to date. So he sees a bright future for Suzuki, especially for its all-wheel drive cars and vans.
Und das vor allen Dingen auch im Allradbereich.
Italy's Concorso d'Eleganza Villa d'Este is one of the world's oldest and most exclusive classic car events. With the number of entries strictly limited, it represents a gathering of the automotive creme de la creme. The participants were chosen from among thousands of applicants. Taking part in the Concorso vastly enhances both the owners' personal prestige and their vehicle's market value. Peter Mulder describes the atmosphere of the Villa d'Este as utterly fantastic. That, in combination with all the cars from the various groups, makes this, without a doubt, one of the international vintage car highlights. Juan Felipe Garcia adds that this is one of the premier vintage car events in an incredible location.
The location is natürlich auch unglaublich.
Every year, main sponsor BMW brings along an exhibit on the company's own history. The focus this year is on BMW art cars, touring cars painted by renowned artists. The striking colour scheme of this 1979 BMW M1 is an Andy Warhol original. BMW's Jochen Nierpasch recalls that he and his teammates achieved great success driving touring cars in races like the 24-Hour of Le Mans, but they stood little chance of placing in a touring car because the sports car prototypes at Le Mans were so much faster. With a factory entry, they couldn't hope for any more than winning best in class, and after a while that wasn't enough. Then Hervé Poulain came up with the idea of having artists design touring car paint jobs. They went for it because it gave them something else to focus on.
Von einem Künstler gestalten zu lassen, war die Idee für uns recht interessant aus dem Grunde, weil wir dann eine andere Aufgabenstellung hatten.
This BMW 320i was done by Roy Lichtenstein in 1977. This elaborately painted BMW 3.0 CSL was created by Frank Stella in '76. Every art car saw active service on the track. The very first art car was the 3.0 CSL Alexander Calder designed in 1975. In the 1970s, the 3.0 CSL street version was a dream reserved for the very few. Now, as a tribute to this icon of automotive design, BMW has created the 3.0 CSL Homage. Unfortunately, the concept car never made it to volume production. Back to the past, or at least the cars of the past. This 1933 Pierce Arrow has a very special history. Arnold Carvlat says older people like him remember Hollywood legend Clark Gable, whose actress wife was the first buyer of a Pierce Arrow. The car maker was the first to integrate the headlights into the body, and it introduced the very first automatic door lock system. There's only one lock, neatly covered. The interior boasts a comfort people today can hardly imagine. The engine had a 7.5-litre capacity, giving it incredible torque. Pierce Arrows were also the first with a freewheeling transmission, which made driving much easier.
Was man in die Zeit, was man früher überhaupt nicht hatte. Und damit fährt sich wunderbar.
The Concorso d'Eleganza on Lake Como is the premier event for everyone who's anyone in vintage car circles. It's also a perfect opportunity to revel in nostalgia for, as the name suggests, the elegance of eras past, when every model was a work of art, and for the days of dirt-cheap fuel, for a time before the wind tunnel normed all body styles from luxury to economy classes. The Concorso reaches a climax in the awards ceremony, a prize for the winner among winners. This year, the owner of this 1950 Ferrari 166mm can take the coveted Coppa d'Oro Villa d'Este home to Britain.
I'm not very good at showing my emotions, but certainly my wife was very happy, and she did show her emotions well. But I am very, very pleased. I'm very honoured, and I know it's a privilege.